doing is good. You're stepping into a season that you're choosing to go forward with what you want to do and trusting that that is good. You're stepping into a season where you're no longer allowing your setbacks from the past to keep a chain on you to your future. This season is really last year, and it's only January 1st, you guys. Last year was truly a portal shift. I watched myself go through changes, but I also watched my friends go through changes. I watched my mom go through changes. I watched the world go through changes. We're still in a change. We're still dealing with so much at this point. But you need to not be distracted. The mass is trying to distract you. You need to not be distracted. You need to not be so focused on what's going on that you forget that you should be pouring into your cups and still trying to um, push towards your future. You cannot be so distracted that you actually forget what you started here for. You can't allow yourself to, you can't be lost. There's no getting lost. There is no turning back. There is no, oh, this is the. No, you're fully stepping into your future. You're fully going to push towards your goals. This season was a make or break season. I feel like it took everyone through the ringer. I feel like only the strong survived. And even if you weren't strong, you made it. Like, what's that cartoon? What's that one cartoon? Courage the Cowardly Dog. He is constantly battling his life, but it's not that he's a scared dog, but he's still like, yeah, well, I'm gonna be with the shits. Like, that's why he's called Courage. Doing it when you're scared. Do all the things that you want to do, even if you're scared. It doesn't matter. Scared, lose, win, draw, whatever the hell. Put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. This is not the time to be, well, I was gonna do this, but then this happened, and then no. It's either you do it or you don't do it. This is not time to be, well, I'm waiting on. No, there's no waiting. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You're waiting for something to get better that you have to make better? That's what you're waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Every time I talk to somebody that is way ahead more in life than I am, I always ask, like, what's the one regret you have? You know what people always say? That they didn't start sooner. It's always that they didn't start sooner. It's not that, oh, because I did start, but then this happened. No, it's not that. It's that they didn't start sooner. Because a lot of people, a lot of people will share with you. How do I reframe this? A lot of people will share with you their end goal, but they won't show you what the progress of that was. They won't show you what the process of that was. That's the word I was looking for. There we go. You will see all the good in people's lives. You'll see people getting blessed with this. You'll see people getting blessed with that. You'll see people getting given this. You'll see people getting given that. But you don't see how they got that. You don't see the process. You don't see them coming online crying if things go wrong. You don't see them losing money that they didn't think they'd get back. You don't see you really see nothing. You don't see the process. It's like, if we talked more about the process of something, if we shared the knowledge that we should be sharing, I feel like a lot of people would not hold back on themselves. I feel like a lot of people would not hold back on themselves if we shared the knowledge that we're if we shared the knowledge of the process. The process is not an easy process. You want the goal. You want this glue from the beauty supply store, but you don't want to go get up and go there. You don't want to take the trip. You want to take the shortcut. You want to lay in bed, so you want to take the shortcut. If you take the lazy route, you're going to get lazy back. Like, you cannot, don't take shortcuts. And also, even on that same note, don't take shortcuts and don't look at another person for what they have. Don't sit there and be like, oh, this person has this, and that's something like I wanted. Like, don't do that. That's not, you don't know how that person got that. I feel like something that happens to me very often in my life is people come into my life, they see my social media, they see the content that I create, and they assume they know things about me. And this is just everyone. Everyone kind of does this. We all judge each other. I really check myself on that. I 1000% check myself on that all the time. I feel like as humans, our natural instinct, like we want to know what's different, what's other than somebody. So we all kind of observe and we look at people in a certain light, or we speculate people. I keep myself, I've been working on not doing that. And even if I have something, if I say something mean about somebody, I quickly correct it in my head as something nice. Because I don't even want to think that, oh wow, Jen, I was like, I'm sitting here and I feel a bad, like I don't even want to do, I would rather re-correct my thought and just be like, okay, well, that's just not the that's okay, that's just my opinion, that's not the road I want to take. Stop looking at people for what they have and thinking that someone's better than you, or that they're greater than you, or that da 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 da, or that da 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 da. You don't see how hard they work for that. You do not see how hard they work for what they have. You don't see them getting up every day and begging people. You don't see them, like, you don't see what people have. You don't see what they do in order to have what they have. You don't see them like, hey, can you help me with this? Hey, I might need it. Can you help me with this? Hey, can you do that? You don't see that. You're not there for those conversations. What you're seeing is the outside looking in. And a lot of us are seeing the outside looking in. 80% of the time in every kind of person's life, we're seeing the outside looking in. We can make as much projections as we want. You will never truly know what's going on with someone unless they tell you. And even then, you still don't know. Move through the year knowing that what you're standing for and what you're moving towards is because you want to do it, not because you saw someone with it, not because you're like, oh, this is cool and I'm like, no. Make sure that it's something that you want to do. I also find that, yeah, going back to that statement, I feel like a lot of people will meet me and they kind of have like this, they kind of have this idea of me that's not even me, but they've already built, people will build an idea of you that has nothing to do with who you actually are. But because they've put you in this box, because this is like how they view you, that's how they act with you outwardly. That's how that's how their attitude comes. That's how what they think about you inside is how their attitude reflects outwardly. Without even trying to. I find that people sometimes, and I feel like I'm talking to the collective that don't understand. I feel like sometimes people probably just, they want to get to know you. They don't really know what they want from you, but they want to get to know you. They want to be in your bubble because they're seeing, what they see is, oh well, if that looks nice over there, I want to see what she's doing, what's she doing. But they have no intentions. They have no like I'm starting to realize, and that's another thing moving forward into this year, you guys, set intentions for yourself and set intentions for the people you have in your life. Stop allowing people to just come into your life with no intentions. If you're dealing with someone that's halfway and they're half-assed about their life and their relationships and the relationships they hold in their life, they're going to be half-assed about you too. Stop allowing people to just come into your space just because they like what you're doing, or just because they feel like they should have a part of whatever you have going on. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you a story. And this is just from I have so many stories I could lay down, but I say this to say, I will invite a few friends out. Right? I will invite a few friends out. Or actually, no, I have another analogy I could use. I will say to friends, like, I can ask friends, like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, let's film this, let's film that. And I'll notice, like, I can pick off of people, like, what the energy is. I can pick off of people what the energy is. I can see, like, okay, if someone's saying, like, oh yeah, I want to work with you, I want to do this with you, and I have people do this to me all the time. I want to work with you, I want to film with you, I want to da da da, I want to da da da. And then when it comes down to it, it's like they don't even know what the fuck they signed themselves up for. They don't even know like why they're here. They don't even know. They don't have any intentions with anything. Like people just, I say people just they want your energy. They want, even if it's just to monitor, even if it's just to say, oh, I know her. People want that. And you have to be aware that people want that. You have to be aware that there are going to be energy vampires. You have to be aware that there are going to be people that just want to be in your circle for the sake of saying that they're in your circle, or for the sake of saying that they're around you. People don't often, and yeah, it is a selfish thing, but that's just how some people work. I also like, where was I going with that? I can ask people like, oh, I can tell a group of friends, let's film this, right? I probably might not hear back. Maybe from my real friends, I'll hear back from. I won't hear nothing back from them. But let me post that I'm doing an event. Let me post that I'm doing something. You'll be surprised at the amount of people that are, hey, let me da da da, let me da da da, let me da da da, let me da da da. But it's only because they're seeing my traction from posting that. You see what I mean? They're only reaching out because they saw that I was doing good in something. A lot of people do that. They only reach out because they see you doing good in something. And they feel like, oh, she's good in this area. Like, let me tap it. Let me just like, but it's not really intentional, you guys. And you have to recognize like people like that in your life. And you have to know, it's not to say you need to like, oh, be standoffish from everyone. It's just to say, be aware. Like, something that my dad always told me, and I never really clicked inside my brain until now. If you know you're in a jungle, don't go around screaming. Basically, if you know you're in a jungle, if you know the type of people you're around, don't go laying all your cards on the table. Don't go telling people all your business. Don't do that. Don't do that, especially at this time when the future is opening up for you so beautifully, especially at a time when God is blessing you with everything you ever wanted, especially at a time when you're getting everything that you're praying for, especially at a time when people see your light and it's like moths to a flame. They have no intentions, you guys. You have to be careful with the people you align yourself with, even if it could be friends, it could be family. It could be anybody. You just have to know the kind of people that you're working with, and you have to be wise with that. You have to be careful with your energy. A lot of people will say that I'm like detached. Like, people will meet me and they'll see my bubbly personality, but my friends see that. And then I'll have strangers come up to me and they expect that same thing from me. But in person, I'm actually like, I'm very outgoing, but that's me being outgoing alone. In person, I'm actually very shy. I don't just randomly go talk to people. Like, I kind of am very quiet. I'm very like, I don't really like, I'm not just going out and weaving into and like, da, da, da. No, I do that on my own time. I do that because I'm comfortable with myself. A lot of times, like, even in my videos, you guys will see me film with myself or my closest friends or like my best friends. Like, you'll see me film with them, or you'll see me do like little things, but I barely do content with people truly. Like, it really is like okay, I know I have this energy. I know the kind of energy that I can create on camera. I know how comfortable, that's another thing. I know how comfortable I feel on camera. So I can create that energy and it'll be fine. But if you watch me do content outside, I can be confident. I can be cool. Like, I know how to get to know people, but I'm not like I'm going to be in your face and we're so jolly. Let's all hang out. No, I'm not like that. Like, I'm not like that. And I feel like that's what people expect from me. But expectations lead to nothing but disappointment. But yes, I just wanted to say, like, be careful of the people that you're around. Be careful of the energy that you channel. Be careful of the energy that you output. Take this season and really allow yourself to dive into the things that you want to do. Really dive into your creativity. Really take this time to write, journal, sit alone in your apartment. I don't care what it is you have to do. Go on a walk to the park on a random day. When you go to the store, get a different bag of chips than you normally do. I don't care. Do something different. You're stepping into, this is a shift that is actively happening. You're stepping into a different timeline. And if you keep bringing the same shit that you just had in that other timeline, if you want to step into this timeline with baggage and all this shit from the other timeline, you're going to find yourself back around the same people in the same shift, in the same, feeling the same way that you already was tired of feeling. Don't go into the new timeline like, well, I got to take this and, I got to take this and I got to take this because, and these are all the things that I really love and I have to take this and all of them, they have to come with me. No. That is not how you're going to grow. That is not how you're going to allow yourself to, if you're carrying baggage into your new timeline, if you fully haven't, and this is for people too, you guys, don't harbor anger, don't harbor hate, don't harbor anything. Like, I truly mean that. I've done that before. When you build a resentment for somebody, and resentment doesn't just happen on the spot. Resentment is something that eats away over time. If there's someone you're upset with, if there's someone you want to express something to, Express it, let it be known, and then allow yourself to release. Shouldn't, if you want to sit there and say this person hurt me, this person hurt, this is bitch, everyone's gonna fucking hurt you. Sorry, I don't mean to call you that, but everyone's gonna hurt you. People are gonna disappoint you all the time. You have to know, okay, take this one on the chin, learn the lesson, keep it pushing. Take everything with a grain of salt. Take it on the chin. Oh, thanks. Learn that lesson. Keep it pushing. And yes, it's gonna hurt. Yes, you're gonna go through. You're going to feel pain. Yes, you're going to be angry about things. Yeah, family's going to disappoint you. Yeah, friends might disappoint you. Yeah, relationships might disappoint you. Hell, like everyone can disappoint you. We're all humans, but you have to know when to release. You have to know when to release. You have to know when to say, yeah, that happened. Like I used to get like really upset and I would sit and hold resentment for people. But I was like, the more I get older, the more I start laughing about things like, oh my God, my breakup. I just got out of a relationship, like not just got out, but I got out of a relationship like 3-4 months ago, whatever. When I got out of that relationship, y'all, I thought, voila, I'm gonna fucking die. Cause girl, I'm a lover girl. You like I get very stupid, right? I feel like everyone is when you get in a relationship and you have your feelings, like you're just blah, 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 blah. Like you just act wild and just fucking uncouth. Like love brings that out of you. It's love. I think that's what it's really there for. It's there to help you see yourself, really. Like if you stop looking at relationships like, oh, this person like really screwed me over, and start looking at it like, okay, what were the moves that I took in this relationship that allowed me to be that kind of a person? What kind of like, you have to start thinking like that. And this is with any relationship, dad, mom, sister, brother. When they trigger you, you have to ask yourself, why did that trigger me? Why is what this person doing making me so upset? Why is what this person doing angering me to this extent? Why is, you have to start asking yourselves those type of questions so you can do your shadow work early on. And that's the thing. A lot of people aren't doing their shadow work. So they're just jumping from this one to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. Whatever fills the void of what they're trying to fill, they'll just repeat. Because you can't sit alone with yourself. You don't want to you don't want to feel those feelings. As easy as it is to not want to feel those feelings, imagine feeling those feelings. Imagine saying, I'm sad. Imagine saying, I want to cry. Imagine crying. Let it out. Imagine just being fully free with your emotions. You have to release your emotions. You have to release them in order for you to move on, in order for you to truly become the best version of yourself. I used to sit and I used to be like, oh my God, my dad did it all. My dad did it all. My dad did it all. Like I used to be so angry with my dad. And as I get older, I start to realize like I see him truly as my mom, the same. I see him truly as I did. I see him truly in a different light than I did as a kid, because now I really look at my parents as kids. I'm like, wow, you were at my age doing this. You were this age doing that. You were like, I start to see them in a completely different light. And that allows me to not hold resentment for them. That allows me to say like, you know what? You were just a person too. I remember having, oh my gosh, I remember having a dream one time that my great grandma came to me in my sleep, and she told me to call my mom and tell her I love her because she was a little girl too. And I still remember that this dream very vividly to this day. And that's something I always keep in my head is there were kids too. They are kids. They're still kids. They're God's kids. We're kids. We're all kids. We're all learning. We're all struggling. We're all building. You learn as you go. And someone's mistakes, granted, my dad still cured on some of his mistakes, but I start to see him in a different light. I start to see him in a way that just because you do not fit the box that I want you to fit, just because you disappointed me in these ways doesn't mean that I can't still love you and that I can't still look at you as a human on a human level. And when you can see people truly on a human level, this is what the timeline shift is for. It's for you to see people on a human level. When you can see people fully and authentically on a human level, it's no longer this person hurt me. It's now, okay, yes, this person hurt me. Why did they hurt me? What? And it's not to say you're making excuses for people. It's this person hurt me. Why did they hurt me? Okay, well, you grew up like this. You went through this and this and this. And then your life's trajectory was still this, this, and this. And then it was this, this, and this, and this. You start to see people for the makeup of the person that they are. Another thing. Moving, and this, I'm letting all this out because I'm leaving all of this All of this will be left, baby. I'm leaving all of these emotions in last year. Another thing. What's another example of that? My best friend, or a friend that I had that I lived with just last year. I mean, not last year. What am I talking about? Just a couple months ago, you guys. I could have came online and slandered his name, which I'm pretty sure he did to me. I could have came online, slandered his name. I could have came online and said, this dude is awful, and this da 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 da. I could have came online and just been like, oh my God, this person's messed up, da da da. No, I said, you know what? I can see you at a human level. You have a pattern of connecting with people and doing fucked up shit. So if I see you on this level of you have a pattern of meeting people and doing fucked up shit, I can't see that as myself. I can't see that as, oh, you just did me wrong. No, there's a deeper problem at hand. You have a pattern. You have a pattern. There's a pattern with you that you need to work on still. And that doesn't say that all you did was bad. It's just that, okay, well, you still have like things you need to like go through. And I really like, guys, I fully cracked the code of life is just not taking, it's not to say not taking it personally, because you can take it personal. I still am very much like, oh my God, like, would I ever be friends with that person again? Probably not, just due to the length of the shit that happened. But and just the way like they betrayed me, like I just was like, I would not do that again. But can still understand on a human level that I love this person and I wish them the best in their life. And I could still be like, wow, well, I want that person to do great. I want them to heal. I want them to go forward in life. I want them to learn from this friendship and go into their other friendships and think, damn, I was a little bit fucked up. Maybe I shouldn't be so selfish, or maybe I shouldn't be this kind of way. That's what I feel like all humans are here for. We're not here to really sit here and be like, this person is the worst in the world. I think we're just here to learn each other and be like, okay, what can I take from this? What did that person teach me about myself? That taught me that I can't, I'm very short tempered. I'm very da da da. If someone pushes me to this level, I might spaz out and get violent. I like, you learn things about yourself through other people. Like we're all here to learn things about each other. And I think that's really what we're put on this earth for. Like, I feel like in this timeline shift that you're stepping into, you really just, you can't carry the baggage, you can't carry the weight, you can't carry the woe is me. You can't feel like, you can't be a victim. And I'm not saying you, actually, let me not say you can't be a victim. You can be a victim, but you can't stay a victim. If you stay a victim, that is a choice. That is an active decision to say, I want to stay in this hole that somebody put me in. Or not somebody put me in. I want to stay in this hole that I put myself in due towards somebody's actions, or due towards the way someone made me feel, or due towards, like, you have to start to see yourself and see other people in a bigger and better light. And that's the only way I think you can grow. I think that's the only way you can grow. That's the only way you can allow yourself to shift into the new timeline that is happening. I feel like that's the only way you can open the portal, is actively going through the portal and seeing that you no longer carry resentment or hurt from things that held on to you. With my relationship, like I'm saying, like all these things, you can come out of these things and start to see like, oh my God, like da 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 da, like I don't, this person da da. You can't, like, let it go, release it, move on. Let it go, release it, move on. With anything, if you're sitting there, if something disturbs your day and you're like, damn, this disturbed my day, this is gonna take over my whole day, it's not worth it. If it's gonna take over, if it's gonna ruin your whole mentality or ruin your whole day, it's not worth it. It's something that now you need to ask yourself, why am I allowing this? Like, you cannot stay in the same holes that you were in before. You can't stay and stop. Like, yeah, value yourself. Value yourself. Value your progression. Value your change. Value your growth. Value your integrity. Value becoming like better. Value becoming better. I also want to say something else, like, oh my gosh. Something else I wanted to say. Yeah. Don't allow people to push their perceptions onto you. Don't allow people to push their perceptions onto you. You know what? I'll tell you guys another story. I recently had a friend show up for one of my events. I hadn't seen this dude in so long. He's like a brother to me as well. Like we all also, guys, when I talk about my friends, like most of them are my old roommates that I lived with, that I just like carried out such strong friendships with. Like most of them were literally my roommates. So when I say we're like siblings, we really are. I find that also when I post, this is what I realized too. Posting, it's so funny the way people view women. I post, I could make a post and I could say like, thank you for showing up to support me, da 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 da. And I'll get like people thinking like, people will show you, this is what I mean, people will show you what they think about you. I have recently had someone that I recently had someone like say something about my homeboy coming to my event, and I had to like think about it, and I was like, I don't even want to like replay what they said, but I had to sit and actually think about it, and I was like, wow, so this is like, I was like, I just had to sit there and I was like, wow, so this is like what you view. I was like, this is what people may think, or this is how people think, this is how people might view me. It's so weird. Like, it's really weird how people's perception of you is just so far off from what you actually are. It's always very, very far off from the truth. Like, I think people think I'm like hella social and I know hella people and I know hella guys. Baby, the men I know are roommates that I've lived with. And then my other best friend that's back home, maybe one childhood best friend that I grew up with, he's been in my life since I was a kid. That's my best friend for life. And he is a gay man. And then like I feel I have another, oh yeah, my homeboy came to my event and I had people even thinking like he was my dude. It's like, do you guys like, and this is what being on chronically online is like. Why the fuck do you see women and men together and immediately assume that that could be a thing? I'm a content creator. I create content. I've lived with male roommates, so I'm going to have male friends that still might be in my life. I don't know. People's perceptions are just all the way fucking off. And then on top of that, it's like, I cannot sleep with nobody. And I'll have people assuming like, oh, she must be sleeping with this one. And she must be sleeping with that one. And she must, whole time I'm celibate. Whole time I'm not seeing the motherfucking thing. Like, it'd be so amazing to me. It's amazing the way people's perceptions of you are. Whole time, I've never ever slept with any of my male friends in life, lived with males and moved into another apartment with a male, never slept with them in my life. Like, it's crazy. People will put down perceptions on you. And when you don't fit the perceptions that they want to have of you, it's like, they don't know what the fuck to say or how to act. And I have that happen to me constantly where it's like, no, I can tell people are perceiving me in a way. And honestly, it's not my job. And also, I want to tell you, collective, it's not your job to fix people's perceptions of you. It's not your job to say, I'm not this way. That's not your job. It's not your job to correct everyone's thought on you. Their thoughts on you are their thoughts on you. That has nothing to do with your actual life or nothing to do with anything about who you actually are. Like, I've guys, I can't tell you enough. Do not let people's perceptions of you make you feel any kind of way about yourself. Still do what you want to do. Still post how you want to post. Still do that. In fact, maybe even post some shit to make them even a little madder. Just cause now I really got you guessing. Like, stop. Stop just buying into people's perceptions and allowing that to take over your space and allowing that to da-da-da and allowing that to like, oh my God, just stop. Don't, it doesn't matter what people think about you. Unless it's somebody really super close to you and you want to be like, hey, actually, this isn't that. And even then, why do you care so much? And even then, why do you care so much? But I really do think that, yeah, people can throw their own projections on you. People can also give you the evil eye without meaning to. And that's something else you have to be wary about. Stepping into this portal as well, you guys, being very mindful of your friends. Be very mindful of people. Sometimes people can tell you they're happy for you, and then their actions can show you a whole other different direction. You have to be mindful of things like that. And you have to be careful of people that just want to hear about your life or hear the things that you have to be careful about people that just want to hear things about you. They just want to hear things. They don't really care. They just want to have that information just to say like, oh, or they just want to be able to be like, Oh, I told them that. I taught them that. I did that. I did. Sometimes people just want to do that shit. And you got to be very mindful of that too. Like, it's a lot of energy vampires in this world. It's a lot of people that will try to keep you down or make you feel like you're less than what you are. And people will do it in very meticulous ways too. It's a lot of people who will spin lies to you just because they don't want you to go a certain route. It's a lot of people will do so many things to you, and you just have to know how to shake it off and let it go and keep pushing and remind yourself what you started for. Remind yourself where you're going. Keep your head leveled on where you're going. Please be assured that God is listening to you. Please be assured that God is on your side. Please be assured that God has already mapped everything out for you. So what are you worried for? And you know what? Your worry that you sit there and have is actually telling the world that you don't think you deserve it. When you sit there, and that's why you lose things. Do you ever realize that when you're in a lack of abundance, you start to lose all your shit? Do you ever realize that? Do you ever realize when you're like, oh my God, this is bad and this is bad, you lose it because you believe that and you made yourself believe that. And so you lose things because you've already told yourself now that you are at a lack of something. So you're at a lack of it. Even if you did have it, you can't see it because you programmed your brain to tell yourself that you're at a lack of it. If you say, I don't have anyone in my corner, you're going to feel isolated. You're going to feel alone. You're going to feel neglected. You're going to feel like you have no one in your corner because you've told yourself you have no one in your corner. If you sit there and you say, I don't have any money. I never have any money. You're never going to have no money. You're not telling the universe. You don't get up and say, God, thank you for everything you've given to me. Please bless me. God, I'm working on this and this and that. God, help me. God, guide my steps. God, protect my family. God, show me the right way. God, send me the right direction. God, if this is not good for me, tear it apart. I always tell God that. You need to start moving in the light that God is already there for you and that you're already protected. If you keep moving in this light of scarcity, you're going to be in scarcity. You're going to step into a path of scarcity. You're going to step out of divine light to go kick it with the road dogs on the street. Like, come on now. Don't do that. You need to be clear. You need to know that you're going to do. You need to be so fucking confident that you're going to do well. If 10 people, fucking not even 10. If 1 million people stood here right now and said, you're not going to make it. You need to be so assured in yourself that, baby, who not going to make it? Who's not making what? You need to be that assured. You can't be sitting there like, I don't really know. And I don't really think I'm like all that. And I don't know. You aren't all that. So act like it. You're beautiful. So act like it. You're sexy. So act like it. Everybody want you. So act like it. The fuck? And you sit there and you're like, nobody wants me. Nobody wants me. Bitch, you're gonna be sitting there like, nobody wants me. If you like, you're gonna step into the exact light that you portray. You have to step as if you know exactly what's going to happen. You have to step as if, baby, I'm so protected. What could happen to me? You got to feel that way. You truly have to feel that way. You have to feel that way. You have to have the confidence. Also, stepping on to another thing. I don't want to say don't keep people around that are insecure, but I want to say be mindful of people's insecurities because those insecurities will bleed onto you. Before you know it, someone else's insecurities could bleed onto you. You don't even know that their insecurities are bleeding onto you, but it can. You have to be mindful. You have to be mindful. Someone else's insecurity could potentially block you. Like, you have to be mindful. If you're hanging around somebody that is constantly like down and out all the time, like, you're going to feel down and out. You're going to start to feel down and out. If you're around someone that's just constantly like, always got some negative shit to say. If they're always like, what's a good thing to say? If they're always in a light where they don't feel good about themselves, they're going to start to bleed that onto you. You're going to start to feel that energy. You're going to start to feel the energy of the not so good. Like, you can't allow that to happen. That's why I said be mindful of energies, be mindful of the people you keep around you. Because energy transfers, you guys, and all energy transfers. Sometimes you might be the person sending out bad energy too, and you got to catch yourself like, baby, I'm sending out too much bad energy. I either got to, this is either I'm creating, like, if the energy I'm creating is really bad, you got to figure out, baby, I got to cut that shit short for myself. You got to figure out, like, I got to cut this shit short for myself, because this energy I'm carrying is only going to keep me in a lax state, and it's only going to keep me feeling like down and out. It's only going to bleed into my friendships. You know what? Like, you cannot keep around people that are going to make you feel like you can't do it. You know what? I'll tell you another story. I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to be a photographer, right? I've always wanted to be into film. I've always wanted to do film. I just always wanted to work with cameras, whether it was in front of the camera, behind the camera. I used to get up every day and I would make my siblings. I used to get up every day and I would make my siblings record videos on my mom's computer. I don't know if you guys remember when computers and everything were first coming out, and like you had like the little pics and like the big emojis, and then you had like Purple Place and all those little games. That was cute. I used to make my siblings get up and do videos all the time. I remember being like, I think it was just before I graduated. I had sat we went out for dinner and I sat my family down, and I told all of them, I was like, hey, like, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I actually, like, I want to go into photography. Like, I want to go into photography. And I remember telling them that there was a program that I could get enlisted into that would teach me a lot more behind the scenes. And you know what? My whole family at that table, everyone was like, that's not gonna make you any money. That's not gonna do anything for you. That's not gonna. And you know what I did in high school? I let that shit bleed the fuck into me. You know what I did? Neglected. I stopped, like, really trying in my and that's the thing, you don't realize how much people's words can affect you. I stopped really focusing in my photography class. I started putting more focus in my choir class, which I still liked choir, but I love singing. I love writing music. That's another one of my passions. I grew up writing with my siblings all the time. So that was another one of my passions. But I started just like, I let my family get into my head. I was like, okay, well, photography isn't going to make me any money. And like, I guess that's not the route I should be going in, especially like, I really want to do great for my family, especially coming from an immigrant family, you guys. The weight of words hold a lot more, because you always have this feeling like you need to be this great breadwinner and you need to be this great, great, great person. Otherwise, you're like this failure. Like, that really bleeds into your perception. And I had that thought, and I was like, okay, well, my family says it's not going to be good, so I'm not going to go into photography. I let it go. And it was only until, I kid you not, like, I started doing lives and stuff, but I just neglected editing photos. I neglected all of that until I moved to Los Angeles and I really stepped back into my prime. And I remembered, wow, I have a love of film. I have a love of photography. I have a love of capturing the light of life. I have a lust for life. I have a true lust for genuine connections, for love, for family, I have a lust for life. I have an insane lust for life, to live life fully, authentically, beautifully. I have a lust for life. We all do, in various different ways. And so I neglected that. And now imagine if I had not listened to my family and I had took in more photography classes, and I stayed in photography class, and I didn't choose choir the next season. And I literally just like stayed onto what I knew I was really good at. And I definitely loved working with Photoshop. Imagine how much better I would be at Photoshop if I just didn't allow people to tell me where my life was going to go or what was going to work out for me. People will tell you that something isn't achievable just because they have never fucking achieved it in their life. And it's not to say that they're bad. It's just to say that's not what they wanted to do. So how could they tell you what your path is? How could they tell you where you're supposed to go in life? They can't. They don't know. People will just put projections onto you. And it's not based on hate. It's not because they dislike you. It's not because they want to see you fail. It is projections for a reason. It is speaking out of one's own fear. Speaking out of one's own fear and allowing that to dictate someone else's life. You cannot do that. Like, you can't allow people to put projections on your life and tell you how it's going to go. You need to make up your mind. You need to be strong. Okay? You need to be strong. You need to be very much like comfortable with yourself, you guys. That's also another thing. A lot of people don't get comfortable with themselves. I've seen all the ugly parts of myself. I know the ugly parts of myself. I sit with them, I address them, I tell myself, Danaz, that was ugly of me. I will never do that again. Danaz, this is not good. Danaz, you just made a comment about somebody that you don't know. That's rude as fuck. Address those things with yourself because they will bleed out into your life. They will bleed out into your relationships. They will bleed out. They will bleed out. Okay? And in ways you don't like. Whether someone triggers it out of you, whether someone says something you don't like, they're going to bleed out. But always make sure that you are attuned. Stay attuned, you guys. Stay awake. Stay looking for sunshine. Stay looking for the moon. Wake up every night, look at the sun. Wake up every morning, look at the sun. Wake up every night, look at the moon. Go on a walk. When you stay when you stay in the mind of gratitude, you will always be grateful. You will always be thankful because there will always be something to be thankful for. When you stay in the mind of gratitude, you will always be abundant. You will always be kind. You will always be gentler. You will always be sweeter, not just with yourself, but with the outward world. You will always be in an energy of kindness. You will always be in an energy of progression. Stay in gratitude. When you wake up in the morning, it's as simple as saying, "Thank you, God, I woke up today." I go in my kitchen sometimes, y'all. I hug my fridge. I'm not even joking to you. Sometimes I really just go in my kitchen and I hug my fridge and I'm like, "Thank you, God. I have a fridge. I have a home. My family is doing okay as of right now. Things are going well. My money is flowing." Like even when my money wasn't flowing, you guys, I used to get up and I used to say, "Thank you, God. My money is about to flow." Stay in gratitude. Like you stay in gratitude. You stay in gratitude and you will always be blessed. You are never lacking. You are never in a lack state. Your mind is your lack. Your mind makes the matter. Your mind makes the material. So stay inside a positive mindset. Put your goals out there and really stamp them down. Knock them off the block one by one by one by one. Knock all your goals off the block. Stay in gratitude. Always just be thankful. Always be grateful. Always be looking at what you cannot have. I always say, like, damn, I'm able to get up this morning and feed myself. I'm able to get up this morning. I have my 2 feet. I'm able to get up this morning. I'm not sick. I'm not tired. I'm able to get up this morning. Thank God I'm not depressed right now. And even when I was depressed, I stayed in gratitude. I would get up and cry. Even when I was depressed, I would get up and say, "Thank you, God. You know what? My life isn't good right now, but I know that I'm going through this for a reason. I know that this is a process and I need to get through this process for a reason. I know that there's a reason that I'm going through these things. I know that I'm supposed to learn something here. I know I'm supposed to learn. I know I'm supposed to understand something here. Please get me through this period of time so that I can shift into my next lifetime. This is your next lifetime. The shift is here. The shift is now. And you need to act like it. You need to dive into yourself. Dive into yourself. Spread the love. Hug yourself. Hug a tree. Go outside, hug some trees. Y'all know trees can hear us. You know trees can listen to us. Go hug some trees. Go freaking, I don't know, go do something. Spread the love. You know, last night also, I was leaving the club and this guy gave me a flower and I saw another beautiful girl. I passed a flower on to her and I said, "I'm just going to pass on the love." You know, another man came up and gave me a flower. That's how good the universe, I'm telling you. God is so good. It's like when you pass that love on, you get the love back. When you give the love out, you get the love back. You give the love out, you get the love back. Give that love out and you get it back. And even when you ain't getting it back, baby, you give that love out because the love is good of giving. It's good to give the love. It's good to give the love no matter what. But that's how good God is. I said, when you look at God, like, and I liked my rose, but I said, this girl looks beautiful. I want to make somebody's night. I handed my rose over. Another guy came and gave me a rose. I said, damn, everybody just giving roses tonight. Thank you, beautiful spirits. But when you pass that love on, baby, the love comes back to you. Pass the love on. Pass the love on to yourself. Pass the love on to your relationships. Pass the love on to nurture your friendships. Heavy on nurture your friendships. You know, if you want a village, you're going to have to be a part of the village. If you want a village, you're going to have to be a part of that village. You can't, that's another thing. Don't expect someone to show if you're not show. You can't expect that. It's not going to happen. You want somebody to be there for you, you need to be there for other people. It takes a village. It takes a village. It takes a big village, in fact. Okay? It takes a village to carry the love. It takes a village to keep it going. It takes a village. So if you want a village, you got to create a village. You want community? Talk to your neighbors. I talk to my neighbors. I talk to everybody. No matter what neighborhood I move into, you know, I make myself known. If something were to happen to me, baby, I got dude on the block who know me. I got Miss Lady right here. I got my neighbor downstairs and my neighbor upstairs. I make it known. I make my presence known to people. I make my presence known to people in small ways, but in beautiful ways. Build a community. You want a community? You want people to look out for you? Look out for others. Look out for others. Your neighbor need help with something? Hey, you need help with something? I got you. Hey, you don't need to take that downstairs. I'll lift this for you. It takes a village. And you know what? That same love you pour out comes back. You cannot be like, you can't be the person that's like, I want this person to do this for me, and I want this person to do this for me, and I want this person to do this for me. And then when you turn and look around, what have you done for anyone? What have you given? What have you? And it's not to say that everyone wants to take something from you, but it's also to say that if you're not giving nothing, what are you expecting to get in return? It takes a village to create a village. If I want my neighbor down the street to talk to me, I got to say hello every morning. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like you guys, pour the love that you want to give, pour the love out that you want to get back. And if you pour the hate out, you're going to get hate back. I've been in positions where I poured a little bit of hate out. Maybe that came back, baby. God don't play no games. It came back, okay? So you got to be, you know, everyone, we're all humans. We all learn. We all sing. But I've been in positions where I've done that. I've been in many positions where I've been the person where the shoe's on the other foot, and I had to check myself like, girl, who you think you are? You expect this person to do this and you doing this? You got to check yourself. You got to be real with yourself. That's a part of life. You got to be real with yourself. If you want a village, you need to create a village. You need to be there for the people that are there for you. If you want this, you need to go towards it. Okay? You need to go towards it. And yeah, that was really the premise of this, baby. I just wanted to tell y'all are stepping into a new timeline shift. I wanted to spread the love, and I wanted to let you guys know that you cannot carry the baggage. You cannot carry that bag, okay? You're not bag lady. You're not bag man. You can't carry that baggage into your new year. You got to learn. You got to learn. You got to learn. If nothing of this earth, baby, we came here to learn. So what? What you want to do? You want to stay the same or you want to grow? It's up to you. All possibilities are for you. All possibilities are there for you. So it's really whatever you make it. It's whatever you believe. It's however you choose to live your life. And yeah, don't move with wickedry, you guys. Don't do things that you don't want done unto you. Don't be impolite if you don't want somebody being impolite to you. Don't do it. Just give the love. Create a village. 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 Speaking of creating a village, I feel like also my homie Michael. You know what? That's a part of my village. He will have an event and he'll invite, and I will go out. You want to know why I go out? Because every time I invite him, he comes to mine. And even when I don't invite him, he shows up. That's support. That's love. That's mad love. Y'all got to do, you want your friend to come to your thing, baby, you need to go to theirs. You need to go theirs, or you need to, baby, pack up, do some type of supporting if you want that support back. Because listen, people will give, but if they start to see that is too much given and not being reciprocated, they're gonna fall back, and it's gonna be none for that. You have to give out the love you want. You have to give that love out. You have to get it back with your family. This is big on families too, you guys. Them family members that want to say, "Oh, you ain't called me, baby." If you the one doing all the calling all the damn time, tell them they cannot expect you to be calling. If you calling your family all the time and you got shit that's going on in your life too, please tell them people put their head down. Like, it's not up to you to be the number one caller. It's not up to you to do that. Yes, call people, check on them, make sure that everyone feels loved. But if that phone ain't ringing the same way you ringing theirs, you don't need it. That's not your way to carry. That's not your way to carry. And family does that a lot. Family love to guilt trip. I haven't heard from you and you don't. Baby, when's the last time you called and check up on me? 5555 just went across. But when's the last time you called and check up on me? When's the last time you asked me how I was doing? I remember the last time I asked you. Can you say? Can you say when you asked me how I was doing? Can you say when you asked me, Danaz, are you okay? How are you feeling? No? Okay. But they love to call you out and say that you haven't called them. Leave that in 2025, y'all. If they're not calling you, it's because they don't want to call you. Okay? And it's that simple. If they ain't calling to check up and see how you doing, they ain't worried about how you doing. And that's okay. And everyone got a life. And it's not that it's malicious, but it's just that, okay, well, you living your life, I'm living mine. And we just living our life separately, apart. And that's okay. That's okay. If they wanted to be together, then they will create a sense of togetherness. It's that simple. Leave that in 2025. Call the people that call and nurture you. Go out with the people that call you to go out. If people calling you to go out all the time, yes, you can't make it to every event, but you can try. If someone tells you, someone invites you out, like, you got to pour back into people. That's all it is. You got to pour that love right back into people. You can't be going around here like, woe is me, and oh my God, I need help with this, but nobody want to help me, and I'm da-da-da, but then da-da-da-da-da, but then what are you doing? You can't do that. Also, too, back on that topic, y'all. Oh my gosh, yes. Back on that topic of energy vampires, leave that in 2025. Leave that in 20. All that shit, you got to leave it in 2025. You got to make sure that that's also another thing. If you are low self-esteem, no intentions for yourself, then you hold place for people that are going to be low self-esteem and hold no intentions for themselves. And what they're going to tell you is that, well, we're doing the same thing. And so what's the difference, really? That's how it is. If you're around people that's doing low shit, you're going to start doing low shit, and they're going to convince you that y'all just one and the same, two peas in a pod, kicking it, rocking it, doing as y'all do. You can't do that. You got to hold standards for yourself if you want people to hold them for you. If you're in a relationship, or if you're in a situationship and you want to be in a relationship and you're with somebody who want to be in a situationship and they just fucking with everything, you're going to be fucking with everything. Because you fucking with that person who fucking with everything, baby. You fucking with everything too. What you think? You think you're different or something? You think this a different kind of rhetoric, baby? No. You got to be smart. And you got to be honest with yourself. And y'all got to stop fucking with people who don't want shit and then be getting mad. Talking to myself too. Because I done fucked with some avoidance before. Okay? Clocking my own tea with that one. Clock my tea. But stop. Don't be messing with people that have no intentions for you. Even if it's friendship, people want to get around you. Why you want to come around? What you want to do? What we gonna do together? You want to hang? What you want to hang for? I be having people text me all the time. Let me take you out to dinner. Why? What we gonna do? What you looking for? What you hoping that in this dinner you gonna fuck? What you looking for? You got to ask people what they're looking for. Some people don't like that honesty, but baby, I'm an adult. We growing up, baby. What you looking for? You trying to fuck? What you want? You trying to build something together? You got to be honest. Like, I'm not playing, y'all. I'm serious. You got to be real with people, and you got to be real with yourself. The realer you are, the more you weed out the unlikelies of what you don't want. You got to be real with yourself. Like, you got to be real. Like, you got to ask people, like, why are you coming in my circle? Why are you coming in my energy? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? What you need? What do you need? What do you need? Like, and that's why I don't take, like, I'll take it with a grain of salt. Oh, you want to take me out to dinner? That's nice. I might if I'm bored. I might if I really feel like it. Let me get to know you. If I think I want to get to know you and you seem sexy and you seem attractive and intelligent and it's something I want to talk to, let me get to know you. Let me talk to you. Let me see you. Like, are you very intellectual? Are you very interesting? Can I talk with you about life? Can I talk with you about my family? Can I have talks with you? Like, if I want to vet that my best friend passed away, are you going to just sit there and just be like dumb and lost in the sauce? Or will you be able to like talk with me and like, I don't know, like, that's what they say as well. Like, you're getting older too. That's why I say you have to pick someone very much like tapped in the same way you're tapped in. Like, we're gonna go, life is gonna take you through so many trials and tribulations. In the dating world, do you really want to have someone by your side that you can't even talk to if one of your family members passed away or if something bad happened? Like, do you really want to talk to the person that's going to shut you out when you're going through a hard time? Is that what you want going forward? Is that what you want for yourself? Like, you have to ask yourself those kinds of questions. You have to ask yourself, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What can I talk to this person if something really bad happened? Can I lean on this person? Can I trust this person to not only be there for me, but to protect me in the way that I protect them? And is this person going to match the love that I give? Are they going to be able to hold me accountable the same way I hold them accountable? Are they going to call me out on my shit and let me know that I'm fucking up and that I'm doing wrong? Good. Like, you need to know the type of people that you're inviting in. You need to know if that's somebody that you want to deal with. Like, life is going to send you through so many different things and you have no control over them. So make sure that when you invite people into your energy, it's somebody that you can lean on. It's somebody that you can actually be very sentimental with. It's somebody that you can be your most vulnerable with. It's somebody you can cry with. It's somebody you can express yourself fully with, even if the emotions are ugly, because emotions are ugly sometimes. They're not cute. They're not meant to sit there and be like, they're not meant to make you feel good all the time. Emotions don't always make you feel good. And are you with somebody that's able to take that? Are you with somebody that's able to understand that? Like, do you have an understanding of being able to help each other out or help each other see the light? Like, you got to be able to get through that kind of shit. Life is no walk in the park. Friendships as well. Can my friend, if something bad happens, can I lean on my friend? Can I call my friend and say, hey, this happened? You know, if I need some advice, can I call my friend and say, hey, this is going on. Can you tell me, like, I need a little bit of help? Can you guide me? Can you da-da-da? Are they there for you? Are they able to do that for you? Can you get that from them? Like, you have to be very aware of the people that you have in your life, because those are going to be the people that you're going to have to lean on when things get shitty. And things will get shitty sometimes. They will. That's just life. It's going to get a little bit shitty, you know? You're going to go through that gray period where everything just feels like blah. You're going to go through it. And that's okay. But do you have people by your side that you're able to go through those periods with? That's what matters. That's the key to life. Having people by your side that actually can move through the waves with you. Have people by your side that can move through the waves with you. It's not going to be a 100% sailing ship always. And that's why also too, I realize, like, sometimes a lot of people break up in relationships because they go through a rough patch, and it's like, baby, this rough patch is nothing compared to what you will have when you choose to settle down and have kids. And like, there's going to be so much more worse shit if you can't get through a rough patch, or you can't, like, if the rough patch is something that you really can't get through, it's that horrible. Like, you're going to go through so much more trials and tribulations in this life. You're going to go through 10 times more trials and tribulations. You really, like, guys, you have to think clearly for yourself. You have to, like, be more abundant. You have to know what kind of people you want in your life. You have to set those intentions. You have to be clear on your intentions. You have to yeah, you have to. That's pretty much it, guys. And yeah, I wanted to go over all that. I wanted to tap onto every side of the coin